not gonna be transmitting through these. It's just picking up ambient noise, and so it does a pretty good job. But you gotta live your voice. All right, and we are on the video live stream. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning. I'm Ken Lundberg, and here with me in Rogers Foodland, Mike Weibel. Thank you for joining me again.
Sure.
And none other than Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Hite.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
Good.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Thanks for coming and joining us at Stuff a Truck.
Yeah, it's a great event.
We've got a lot to talk about with you this hour, and so we'll get to that in a couple of moments. We've got some news here playing on the radio, and then we'll come back and tell people a little bit more about what's happening with Stuff a Truck. Does it sound all right?
Yep.
Doing okay?
Yep.
Okay, good. But what have you been up to? I heard a rumor that you got a deer.
Actually, I got two.
You got two deer?
One during bow season, one during fire. First day of fire, opening day. So
okay.
Very blessed.
Walk us through the bow take first.
So I do use a crossbow.
Okay.
So the buck hunter gave a great opportunity for the shot. And,
were you up in a tree?
Yeah, I use ladder stand for both.
Okay.
Archery and firearms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very fortunate.
Okay. So is it a buck?
Yes.
How many points?
The first would have been 8, but he had one broke off at times. So it was
that
7.
still counts.
He ended up in a little bit like one of the county drain ditch creeks, but that was fine. We got him out of water. And then
talk to the drain commissioner about that.
That's right. Yeah. But it's doing its job, I guess.
Okay.
And then one on opening day.
Eagle didn't get mad that you took the deer out of the drainage.
It wasn't that far in, so they don't need to know.
They weren't notified.
Yeah. All right, so you got one during bow season, and then how was your opening day for firearm? Tell us about that.
Yes. Yep. So that was about 7:40 in the morning. So very fortunate again. The one was on the 13th, and the other on the 15th. So it was a good couple days.
Did you read him his rights?
No, didn't have time.
Last rights. Read him his last rights.
No, that's fun.
Yeah. No, it's good.
I mean, for anyone who gets out there and hunts, I mean, it's. I assume you eat it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
For anyone who gets out there and hunts, it's a rewarding experience, and you're doing a great thing for the deer population versus car population as well.
Yeah, we may talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. We should.
No, it's harvesting and animal, and obviously we use all the meat that we get. Our family does.
Yeah.
My kids grew up on it, so.
You have a good favorite recipe?
So my wife makes a really good Italian beef, venison Italian beef. So.
Oh, that does sound.
Yeah.
Any jerky?
So I do get some made into the sticks.
Okay.
So I use Elkins processing down in New Carolina. So.
Yeah. The jerky was one of my favorites here. Let me do this. Okay, hit that. Okay, sorry, I'm having to advance things that are happening back at the radio station.
It's not your normal studio. Right?
It's not. It's not. And apologies for the messy table. Make sure I have that. We're here to talk about a few different things with Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Hite, but let me remind folks who might just be tuning into the video live stream. Again, if it sounds different, if it looks different, it's because we're at Rogers Foodland.
It's because it is different.
It is different at the annual Stuff a Truck Food Racer. It's happening at Rogers Foodland. We're out on Hollywood Road in St. Joseph, and we're going to be here all week long. The WSJM Morning Show is going to be broadcasting live every weekday morning from 6 to 9 a.m. We'd love to see you and say hi. If you have a moment, stop by, and if you can, make a donation. We even have it very convenient. There are non-food hygiene items already prepackaged behind us in little $15 bags. And some of the hygiene items are in big need because, frankly, the SNAP benefits, the WIC benefits, they don't cover the cost of the hygiene items. And so those items are needed at the food pantries for families. But donations will be used to restock the SMCAA's Community Food Pantry and Food Warehouse, providing meals for those in need. Here are the things that we're looking for. And again, you don't have to buy anything here. You can go through your cupboard as long as it's not expired and it's one of the items we're looking for. We'd love to have that. And we had somebody actually bring a full cart of grocery and non-grocery items in yesterday.
A whole case of soup?
A whole case of soup was purchased as well. But we're looking for canned goods, boxed foods, personal hygiene products. Personal hygiene products, shampoos, conditioners, deodorants for Mike, toothpaste or toothbrushes, mouthwash. We haven't had time. He got me last hour.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah. baking needs. You know, because I mean, if you think about baking needs, you think, okay, well, what are they making? Well, I mean, we're talking about bread, we're talking about food for Thanksgiving, that kind of stuff. But the baking needs, flour, sugar, salt, vanilla, baking soda, those kinds of ingredients can help go a long way for a family in need. Baby products, diapers, wipes, baby food formula, paper products, your toilet paper, your paper towels, facial tissue, aluminum foil, plastic wrap, and obviously we'll take cash and check donations. I don't know if they'll do Bitcoin or not, Mike, but
Oh yeah, we do Bitcoin.
you bring a Bitcoin by, we'll look at it, we'll bite it,
We'll
make sure it's
we'll
real.
Make it work.
You can also do a donation online. Just go to smcaa.com, and that is a nice, simple way to do it. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Yvonne Veit's over there in the corner. She's hiding from the camera. You want to be on camera? Okay. She said not particularly. She said, "Stop talking to me, Ken." All right. Do we have a grocery store game we're going to play later on?
Later on, yeah.
Later on this morning?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to talk about it yet?
No.
Okay. All right. That's good because we've got to get back on the radio here. We're going to say good morning to Chuck Haidt in just a moment. All right, it's the WSJM Morning Show. Stuff a Truck Food-Raiser. It's happening at Rogers Foodland in St. Joseph. And let's see, do I have that right? We have that right. The Stuff a Truck Food-Raiser, this is the 28th year that we've done it, and we're doing it all week long. We're going to be here every morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Saying hi to everyone who comes in, and we'd love to say hi to you. If you have an opportunity to bring in some donations, please do. Or if you don't have anything that you want to donate right now, come to Rogers Foodland and go around, do your regular shopping, pick up a couple of items. We have a list here of things that are needed at the food pantry. Just briefly, some canned goods, boxed food items, personal hygiene products, baking needs, baby products, paper products. We need all of that. Or if you just want to do a cash or check donation, that's welcome too. But it's the Stuff a Truck Food-Raiser. It's happening at Rogers Foodland in St. Joseph off Hollywood Road. Our special guest this hour, let's say welcome and good morning to Sheriff Chuck Haidt, Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Haidt. Hey.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Good to see you, sir.
It's good to be back.
For those of you who were on the video live stream, you heard a little bit about this, but we're gonna ask again because there are tens of thousands of deer that are not going to be problems for cars anymore in Michigan. Well, because hunting season, the firearm hunting season officially opened over the last weekend. You're a hunter. You did okay?
I did. I was fortunate. Got a buck during bow season, and then also on opening day morning, which doesn't always happen. So.
Yeah, that's great. So, I mean, were you out in a pack of people hunting? Were you by yourself?
So we got a group, but I was on property that I hunt, so
Okay.
both of the ladder stand, and was very fortunate that presented a good opportunity.
Good shot.
Yeah.
One shot.
Yep.
Wow, very nice. Eat a piece of the heart.
So normally we actually do. We marinate and do it that, but not raw, of course.
I
But,
eat mine raw.
Unfortunately, the one both actually got shot.
Yeah.
And the heart was not good.
Oh, that good a shot.
Yeah. Well, or lucky. I'd rather be lucky than not.
Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Haidt is here with us. Thanks for letting us ask you questions about that. We'd like to talk about a few different things that we have going on, and we are on the video live stream, by the way. Let me make sure that is all good and happy. Yeah, I think I just messed it up. There we go. Okay, so a couple of things that we wanted to talk about with you, Sheriff. You are pushing several initiatives. One of them is Buckle Up Berrien. Tell us about Buckle Up Berrien.
Yeah, so we partnered with the health department for Buckle Up Berrien. As you know, when the laws changed for child safety seats, we actually, great timing, have an event today at the Now City Fire Department from 2 to 6 p.m. There'll be inspections for car seats, so if you want to have yours checked out or if you need one. We prefer appointments, but that's not necessarily necessary. So if you go to the Sheriff's Office, the Facebook page, it's on there. There's a flyer, but it's today from 2 to 6 at the Now City Police or Fire Department.
Tell us a little bit, I mean, as a parent who used to have to put kids in car seats and restraints, talk about the confusing web of requirements and I tell you, getting the seats in and out of a vehicle, that in itself is a test of parenthood.
Yes.
What are the things that you
well,
run
as
into?
grandparents now too.
Oh my goodness! Now you got to do it again?
Yes, I've learned the seats, but that's one reason we offer this opportunity. We have people, officers throughout the county that are trained. Deputy Kelly Lesh for us is trained in the car seat we're looking at hosting. I think Lincoln Township may host another class coming up. So it's just important for us to partner with agencies to be able to provide that information to parents or caregivers and grandparents themselves. So.
Because I mean, it's the responsible thing to do. Obviously, make sure that your child is safely in a car seat, in a child safety restraint. But if it's not installed in your car correctly, then it's all for naught, right? And you don't want to risk such valuable cargo.
Obviously it increases the safety, like you mentioned. I mean, cars are safer now, but obviously the car seats have improved a great deal too. So just an opportunity for anyone to stop by and have it inspected, or like I said, between the health department and the sheriff's office partnering together, we're able to provide those.
If someone can't make it down to the Niles event today, where else can they go for either information or help?
So they can contact either our office or the health department and make an appointment. So the health department does that as well, has car seats available. So we've partnered with them, and like I said, some local agencies as well. We're trying to get more police and fire trained in this. We can offer these opportunities even more.
Excellent. All right, we're talking with Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Hite. We are at Rogers Foodland for the annual Stuff a Truck Food Raiser. We're taking just a break to talk about some issues that are very important, including firearm safe storage. Let's talk a little bit about that. We've heard a bit of the campaign from the prosecutor, Berrien County prosecutor. I know the health department. You're involved in this. What do you want people to know about firearm safe storage?
Well, so safe storage is a public act that went into effect in February of 24. So
what does it say? What do people need to know?
The nutshell of it is it requires, if you have children present, or we're seeing, like in my case, a grandparent, is to have firearms stored safely. So I'm a strong, legal, law-abiding citizens to have firearms, but with that's responsibility that we all take in keeping them safe. So they've come a long way in making it's got to either be in a lockbox, if loaded, or if you don't have that, it can't be with ammunition separate. A lot of people choose to obviously use the lock boxes. They've come a long way as well, just for safety. Because it is the number one cause of death for children is firearms. And a lot of times that's just playing with the loaded gun that they found. So part of it's also the initiative is working with schools and educating students at what to do if they find a gun. So obviously don't touch, run away, and contact an adult, but just looking to improve that safety. No one wants to have that tragedy happen in their home, so just raising awareness to that. Like I said, the law did go into effect in 24, but it's just being a responsible gun owner.
And I think the first person that was charged under that new law was just finally sentenced and will spend significant time behind bars for not following the Safe Storage Act. So it's important to know this, because you could be putting yourself in legal jeopardy, even if nothing happens, even if the tragedy doesn't happen. If for some reason something does, then you could be held liable for that. Does the law account for CPL? Is there anything different for someone with a concealed pistol license?
No, so CPL, the only thing we'd say is like leaving them in a locked vehicle. They make vaults now for vehicles, console vaults and different things. So not just leaving them like on their seat, because obviously we've had that happen where firearms are then stolen. Someone breaks into a car and there ends up being a firearm in there. So as CPL holders, obviously allowed to have it in the vehicle, and I'm your person, and we just want people to be responsible.
Yeah, it seems like an additional layer of responsibility for a CPL, that because the responsibility stays with the person, and if you leave your firearm in an area where it's not secured, you're probably in violation of the law. Okay. All right. We're talking with Berrien County Sheriff. Check out anything else on that. Where can people go for more information about that?
So either to our website, obviously the law is a Public Act 17, it went into effect in February. We do have the ability for the safety locks. A lot of manufacturers, they're required now to be sold with the firearm, so there's a lot of gun locks out there, but if you find that you have an older one, don't have one, those are available through the health department.
Yeah, long time ago I had one of those biometric ones, and it never worked, but have they gotten better?
So a lot of them have gotten to where it's not necessarily electronics or mechanically go bad, but so a lot of the secure boxes have come a long way, and they've come down in price too. So it's a great way to
as long as they're not made in China.
Responsibly store, your firearms.
Okay. As long as they're not getting tariffed by China.
I'm not doing that.
All right, fine. 7:16 WSJM morning show continues. We're having
American
a
made.
good yes, go American made, buy
Shop
USA.
local.
Yeah, shop local, buy USA. We're talking with Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Haidt. There was something in the news that I've been dying to ask you about. A few weeks ago, we reported it based on the information you gave us. There was a sting operation, and this had human trafficking labeled on it, if I'm correct.
Yeah, so it's got ties to that, yes.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what you can tell us, and then I have a couple follow-up questions.
Okay.
And Mike,
So-
you if you want to.
Yeah.
So there are some things we don't. First, I want to give credit to the Waukegan Tribal Police. They hosted a class. There's a program that was called GHOST in Genesee County. Sheriff Swanson started, and a lot of it's combating some of the traits of human trafficking. And one of that is prostitution.
Yeah.
So we did set up a sting. The officers that were involved in that training with other agencies. So we partnered with the Waukegan Tribal Police, Michigan City Police, who had been in that training as well, and did set up a sting. We don't give a location because we may be back in that area again.
Sure.
Or that.
Yeah.
And then some of the trademark, I want to say secrets in how that goes. We don't do that. But we did end up making 15 arrests for solicitation, prostitution. So we will be doing it again as well.
Yeah, and so basically, people hear human trafficking, and they probably think about the action movies they see with Vin Diesel or something like that, and it's not at all glamorous. It is cruelty, and a lot of times, as you mentioned, it involves prostitution. And from my knowledge in having seen how the human trafficking issue is handled at the federal level, oftentimes human trafficking will occur at major sporting events. They'll follow the Super Bowl, they'll follow the NBA playoffs, they'll follow the World Series, and a lot of this human trafficking, typically prostitution, happens in those kinds of areas. And so, is this something new that we're seeing as periphery to those kinds of things, or is this just an ongoing thing that just happens to happen in our area as well as everywhere else in America?
Over the last several years, obviously the awareness of it has increased a great deal, and obviously we talked the training that was provided. So there's some techniques and training that goes into doing that. So
like
I said,
identifying where
how to identify, maybe some technology that we may use
Okay.
to be able to. I won't get into
Don't go any further.
I won't get into a lot of that,
Yeah.
but so obviously at 15, that was. If you want to say successful, unfortunately, it shows there's a need.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to partner with our law enforcement agencies throughout the area in combating it.
And you made specific reference in the information that we received from you when that happened, that it's about the victims as well, and making sure that they're getting care. How do you do that?
So part of that training is also providing resources when we find someone that may be in that situation, is to provide them resources that can be helpful in them getting out of it. So it's not just the enforcement part of it, it's also making sure people are aware of the resources that are out there, different websites and organizations that can help.
Yeah. So again, if you suspect human trafficking in the form of prostitution or otherwise is happening, call your local law enforcement agency, and they'll get it routed to the right place to follow up.
So we'll continue to look at that. I look for the training to be brought back to the area again, for more officers to get trained. So,
Okay.
yeah.
If you want to,
unfortunately, it was successful. So
Yeah.
like I say, it wasn't, but it showed the need, and we'll continue to look at other areas to do that as well.
if you want to Dateline NBC it, we'll come along. Mike and I'll do a ride along with you. We'll have the cameras and we'll pop out from the closet. Hey,
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
you're on the morning show. Okay, all right. Anyway, in all seriousness, thank you for doing what you're doing on that. We appreciate it.
Yeah, well, it's a lot to the investigators that went through the training and the initiative. They brought forward that wanted to do it and did a great job with it. So kudos to them.
Good. Okay. We're talking with Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Haidt. We've got a couple other things that we want to talk about. First, we want to get back and just let you know why we're here and why it sounds a little bit different and looks a little bit different on the video live stream. It's because we're at Rogers Foodland for our Stuff a Truck fundraiser. It's a food raiser, basically. We're raising both foods and funds, and we're here all week long. The WSJM morning show will be broadcasting from 6 to 9 a.m. every morning. Donations, we're trying to raise awareness that Southwest Michigan Community Action Agency, this is the event that they use. This is their main event for the year to try to restock their food shelves and their pantries. And they do that because they are the safety net for many in our community in Berrien, Van Buren, and Cass counties and they're helping. They're basically a lifeline to those families that are struggling to put a meal on the table. And so the Stuff a Truck food raiser is your opportunity to participate, to help those in our community who might be struggling at the edges and really need it. And especially this year, we can't stress enough, the demand has been great on the area food pantries because of the uncertainty with the government shutdown and the supplemental nutrition assistance program, and that really put a stress on the area food pantries. I was talking with Kim Smith Oldham yesterday, who said that the demand through the food pantries is probably going to be triple this year of what it was last year, which you can imagine the strain that puts on it. Last year, with our Stuff a Truck, we were able to help Southwest Michigan Community Action Agency fill their pantry for 6 months. This year, probably less than that if we have the same amount. So we're asking you to donate as you can. The items that we're looking for, Mike, you want to run through them?
Sure, any type of canned goods, vegetables, tuna, chicken, fruit, boxed food, you know, your pastas, your mac and cheese, coffee, juices, personal hygiene products, shampoo, deodorant, even personal drop off to Ken for that. Of deodorant.
Hey!
Baking needs, flour, salt, sugar, vanilla, baking soda. I just want to mention one other thing, deodorant for Ken. And then baby products, diapers, wipes, baby food, paper products, and of course, a cash or check is what more.
You're the one wearing your golf vest.
Yeah, and then the other thing, if you have you're kind of in a dilemma of how to, how much you want to give, as we said yesterday, you bring your check, we'd be happy to fill that amount in for you. So if you just don't really, you're conflicted,
no,
we're here to help. We can add zeros. We don't tend to take away zeros, but we can add to them, and you'll feel good about yourself.
Okay, I'm going to let Mike practice his zeros here in just a moment, but it's 7:23. It's the WSJM Morning Show. No, thank you for that. That was good.
You're welcome.
That was good. We'll come back in just a moment and talk more with Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Hyde. We also want to get an update from Yvonne Veit. She's with the Southwest Michigan Community Action Agency as well, the program manager there. We've got to get to a couple of important messages. Our Bloomberg is coming up. We've got a late sports report that we should probably get to right now. So we've got this and more. It's all coming up right here. Okay, we're still on the video live stream. Thanksgiving's just around the corner. You ready?
I think so.
What are you going to have for Thanksgiving?
Well, of course, turkey.
Turkey.
Dressing, mashed potatoes, all the regular fixings.
Make sure you're projecting.
Yes, okay.
Sorry, it's a weird microphone situation. I've got to have a talk with him. All right. Hopefully he got his deer and he can come back.
Yeah, good focus again.
Any special techniques for your deer hunting?
No, just obviously as all hunters, you look at the wind and we joke about figure out what you think you're going to do and then change that 180 degrees if it doesn't work on wind. So there's obviously you're always looking at the wind in different areas. Obviously at this time, and that's one thing we'll maybe talk about is with deer moving, just from a safety standpoint on the roads, being mindful, especially at dusk and dawn time. I mean that seems to be most deer crashes occur on 2-lane roads. It's usually your county roads that may not be as well lit. So just again, don't swerve. Try and brake and stay in your lane. The last thing you want to do is try and avoid that.
Yeah, don't veer for deer. Don't veer for deer.
I like that.
Yep.
Don't veer for deer.
I didn't make it up, but I can take credit for it.
But obviously at this time, there's a lot of deer movement throughout last week, this week, and going on. The other thing I'd remind everyone is we are still in harvest season, so I know I've been on before to talk about from farm implements. Just be aware, be patient. They're moving from field to field, trying to get the harvest and crops up. So.
Did you talk to Andrew about that? Did he call you yesterday? If he didn't, he's in trouble.
He didn't. He may have talked to the undersheriff. So in all fairness,
all right. Okay.
I was off a couple days last week, so I think the undersheriff talked.
Well, because over the weekend, I was reminded that all the farm implements are still on the roadway because I was cruising down Walton Road, and all of a sudden, there's a big old truck there. Hey, I bet we should probably remind people because it snowed. So people are probably thinking, oh yeah, the farm's already done.
There's still a good number of crops they're getting off, and they're working hard right now. But just patience. Obviously, they've got to get from one to the other. Make sure they can take a left turn, and you may think trying to pass them, and they're actually getting ready to turn into a field.
Yeah.
So this time of year, holidays are coming. People are shopping, go to grocery stores. What are things in our community that people can do? Simple tips or practices to protect themselves.
From what?
From scammers, from people
Oh.
out. You know, I mean, I've got daughters, and so when they go out and they're going someplace and they're parking their car and walking in and things are busy, what things can they do? You know, you see things online about different things that people do to mark a car or to put somebody in jeopardy. What are things can do other than your common sense buddy systems and whatnot? But I mean, what are things that people can do? You think, oh, that would never happen in Berrien County?
You know, some general things be where you can park in a well-lit area. So if you're going into a parking lot, like at a store or whatever, you know, make sure it's well-lit. One thing we'll talk about is if somebody puts something in your car, don't try and take it off right away. Like a leaflet, you can always get that later. Because aware of your surroundings.
Does that really happen where people put stuff on your car?
We've not had it, but it's something we just kind of warn about because it has happened. We haven't had it in our area, so. But it's just being aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
If you feel uneasy at all, by all means, call the police. If you have something suspicious, we'd rather deal with something that's not a big deal than have something happen. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. The other thing, and you mentioned, I think you started to mention this, Sheriff, is park in the well-lit area, and if you can, park where your door it opens toward the establishment you're coming in and out of.
Yes.
That way you don't have to go around to the other side and not understand what's on the other side of your car.
Yeah.
See Ken?
Ah!
He does.
I pay attention to the sheriff. I know. No, it's good.
So political.
Again. Well informed.
Well informed. Oh, that's it. Well informed.
Well informed.
Some of the news that we'll have here in a few moments. We'll have the latest world and national news from ABC. We've got our Bloomberg financial report coming up. We'll also preview what's happening in the WSJM newsroom. One of the stories, St. Joseph City Commission last night approving a resolution to disapprove of Axe My Tax.
Okay,
So that they joined New Buffalo, Hager
Buffalo
Township,
did,
and I'm sure others as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that dialogue continues to shape up. All right, it's 7:28. We'll come back with a weather forecast from Carrie Peugeot here in just a moment, and come back and talk some more with Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Hyde here on the video live stream. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. I'm going to check the comments here. Oh my goodness, we have all kinds of fun stuff. Bill says hello. Teresa says good morning. Diane's out there and says good morning. Diane was late to the party today. What the heck, Diane?
Come on, Diane.
No, Diane, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you and everyone else. We'll be right back here on the radio. Thanks again for joining us. It's the annual Stuff a Truck Food Raiser. It's happening here at Rogers Foodland all week long. I'm Ken Lundberg. Mike Weibel is here with me. Our special guest this hour, we've got Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Hyde. But we are here at Rogers Foodland, and the action that we're asking you for this morning is to help us out with our Stuff a Truck Food Raiser. We're raising food resources and non-food resources as well, including monetary donations, to help restock the Southwest Michigan Community Action Agency's community food pantry and their food warehouse. This helps provide meals for those in need. This is their big fundraiser and food raiser of the year, and it helps put food and a whole lot more on the shelves for those families that need it, those that need the safety net for a community. Southwest Michigan Community Action Agency steps up, and they only are able to do that with your help. Let me do this real quick. Sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. Had an ABC break in for just a moment.
They're so impatient.
I know, they are very impatient. News doesn't wait. So we're talking with Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Hyde. Sheriff Hyde, you and I have talked about this a little bit off the air. I just wanted to help inform our listeners of something that happened a few weeks ago, I guess 2-3 weeks ago now, in Benton Harbor, and some of it trailed over into Benton Township. I know you're not the lead agency on this particular issue and incident, and I'll get to my editorial comments in a moment about that, but what can you tell us about that incident that happened where there was, I guess we have to call it a drive-by shooting that happened in Benton Harbor and trailed over into Benton Township, where there were 50 some odd bullet holes, as far as we know from the people who were in the car, went into that vehicle. What can you tell us about it at this point?
So what I do know is it did happen, in the city. The victims made it to Walgreens. So a lot of people saw the pictures of Walgreens. It didn't happen at Walgreens.
Right.
It happened in the city. We did assist the Benton Harbor Department of Public Safety. So as you have talked before, I refer you to them for more details, but
Yes.
obviously we assisted in looking for suspect vehicles. There's some other, I think, shootings at that time too. So we assisted, but it's obviously primary agency in that incident is the department, the Benton Harbor Department of Public Safety.
Yeah, and for full disclosure, I mean, we've talked with the sheriff's office. I feel like we have a good relationship there. We've talked with some of the other public safety offices, and I feel like we, as a news organization, we have a good relationship with them as well. However, I will tell you this situation is an outlier because we have reached out to and talked with, but not able to get on the record information from Benton Harbor Department of Public Safety, and I'm not clear why that might be happening.
Part of that could be part of the investigation. Obviously,
Yes.
they want to share a lot while the investigation is going on. So sometimes
And
there are reasons for not, not that we don't want the public to know, but depending on that investigation, and like I said, that's being handled by the Department of Public Safety in Benton Harbor.
Yeah, and we fully respect that, and we don't want to jeopardize an investigation. The last thing we would want to do is jeopardize an investigation. From our point of view, there are a certain set of facts out there, and we've had other public safety departments, Benton Charter Township, for instance, their public safety put out a statement on social media, through social media, that said, there's been a lot of misinformation out there about this. It didn't happen at our Walgreens in Benton Charter Township. And that's part of the reason why, and I've seen people on Facebook just making all kinds of accusations and wild guesses and that kind of thing, and that's why getting the information out first from the lead agency that is the law enforcement agency or investigating in this case seems to me to be paramount to help make sure that the public safety is protected.
And on that, you're correct. There's a lot of social media posts were pictures of a lot of police cars, the ambulance, everything else at Walgreens. It did not happen at Walgreens. So I'm glad that Benton Township was able to try and clear that up, and hopefully more information will come forward. So.
Yeah. Okay. Taking a look here. Sorry, we're on the video live stream still, but for some reason our connection has dropped out for our radio. Probably because it goes through Benton Harbor. Let's see. No, I'm just kidding. All right, hang on.
You said something about
because I said something about Benton Harbor, so they shut
us
us down. Hang on one second. We'll get this back. This is the beauty of being remote on location, and it's not working as of yet. Mike, why don't you run through a little bit more on Stuff a Truck why we're here at Rogers Foodland while I deal with this?
Sure. So 28 years ago, they started the Stuff a Truck fundraiser, food raiser here at Rogers Foodland, and it continues 28 years later, raising food for the pantries in our area. I believe there's 26 of them in our area that serve our neighbors and our communities. And one of the things that obviously, as we all know in the news with the government shutdown, really affected the pantries is a lot of people rushed to the pantries concerned that those supplies would not last. And so heading into the holiday season, believe it or not, we're less than a week and a half away for Thanksgiving, but heading into the holiday season when normally those food pantries get hit and a lot of traffic anyhow, they're already depleted. And so it's more important, vitally important this year that we're able to step up and resupply those food pantries so that when things happen and if something else happens, that they're able to supply and support the neighbors that need our help at this difficult time. So you think about it, well, what can I do? How can I make a difference? Well, there's things that you could drop off, or if you would just like to come, we have some $15 pre-packaged bags that you can buy and donate. You can bring by, you stop someplace and we had somebody drop off a whole flat of soups yesterday. But any type of canned goods, vegetables, tuna, chicken, fruit, boxed pasta, mashed potatoes, coffee, juice, personal hygiene items, baking needs, flour, salt, vanilla, baking soda, any type of like cake mixes or anything like that. Baby products, obviously that's not something that's covered by the SNAP program, so diapers, wipes, baby food and formula, paper products, and of course, the old standby of cash. You can drop by cash. That spends really well.
Yes.
And checks, if you want to do a check, you can go to the website to WSJM, to Midwest Family. It'll link you over to where you can donate.
Yeah, let's just have them go. Let's just have them go to smcaa.com and
Yeah,
they
you
can
can do
donate
that.
directly. Or if you're here, we have a QR code for you as well.
Yeah, so if you show up and you're like, I don't really know what I want to do, we can help you.
You want a free checking account that pays you a high rate on your balance? Yeah, you do.
All right, somebody got mad at us. Hang on 1 second. We'll be right back.
Free ATM access nationwide every month you qualify? Awesome. That's what's free Thrive Rewards.
Okay. All right.
So, as Mike was talking, I'm looking over his left shoulder, and I
Yeah.
see the bags there. That is such a convenient way for people to donate, and I'm looking. It would not take you long to stop in here, grab a couple bags. I'll grab a couple before I leave. But as you were mentioning, I'm looking right over your shoulder. They're already made up for you. And a great way to donate.
Very good point. Very good point indeed. And good job dancing.
You like that?
You did a good job. No, so what Sheriff Chuck Hite was talking about is right over here behind our shoulders. We have pre-packaged $15 bags, and primarily they're filled with hygiene items. So folks who use their SNAP benefits for food, they're not allowed to buy the hygiene items, the shampoos and everything else, the soaps with that. And so stop in, do your grocery shopping, pick up the $15 bag, and pay for it at the checkout, drop it off on your way out, and you're good to go. Yeah,
Very good.
absolutely. What else do you want to talk about, Sheriff? As we think about Thanksgiving and the holiday season, we're getting into that time of year when people like to be a little bit too merry sometimes.
Yeah, so we'll always say, especially I think it's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Right.
It's a pretty popular night for people. A lot of people are in town. They haven't seen people in a long time. So we want people to enjoy themselves. But the biggest thing we say is have a plan. Have a plan ahead of time. Who's going to drive and whether there's Uber or whatever ride sharing. But have a plan ahead of time, because sometimes making decisions after you've been socializing you don't make the best decisions. So have a plan in place. It is not an opportunity to see people. A lot of times the local establishments, bars are very busy on that Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. So
Yeah,
we just want everybody to be safe and it doesn't even drive.
makes perfect sense. All right, here on the video live stream, Teresa says everything is good here. Let's see. Okay, good. Oh, good. Very good. All right. Should we do another grocery game? Actually, I'm going to do a grocery quiz, if you're okay with that. And we can get the sheriff involved in this as well.
Of course.
All right. How's your grape knowledge? Grape, like I eat grapes.
I know they're red and green.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Got that one.
And some are confetti, which I've never figured that one out.
Oh, yeah.
Some grapes are confetti?
Well, confetti grapes are very sweet.
Really?
Oh yeah. They're
Okay.
Very good.
All right.
I haven't figured out how they do it.
Bioengineering. How many? I'm going to ask both of you to guess, and don't look over my shoulder, Mike.
Okay, I won't.
How many varieties of grapes are there? How many distinct varieties of grapes are there, or grapevines, cultivated in the world? We're talking about for eating.
In the world?
Yes,
Wow.
the world.
Wow.
Not just
All right,
Southwest
not just
Michigan.
Berry
Varieties
County.
here at Rogers. Or what?
Right.
I can see over there. Now, how many varieties of grapes? Yvonne, you can guess too. How many different varieties of grapes are there?
I can do about 4 or 5.
Is there a time?
I know that's
limit?
probably way low.
No, I bet it's more. I bet it's in the teens, like 12.
Okay, so I've got single digits, teens.
I'm going to go 20 and above.
Say 10,000.
10,000, actually.
There
is what I was thinking of.
are some 10,000 distinct grapevine varieties cultivated worldwide. That includes grapes used for wine, table consumption, raisins, because they have specific varieties that they
Okay.
grow for raisins, and juice production. Only a small percentage, however, are commercially significant. How many grape varieties are used for more than a third of the world's wine production? How many grape varieties? Oh, wait a second. We're going to come back here. 1 second.
So it's got to be a high number.
You would think. Don't look over my shoulder. I'm not looking.
You need to give us more.
Mike's
information.
looking over my shoulder. as we're talking about. And sorry if you've heard a couple of stutter stops on the radio program here. We're operating remote because we're at Rogers Foodland for the annual Stuff a Truck food raiser. So hopefully you'll bear with us as we work through any technical difficulties. Because we're remote, we'll be remote all week long, and we're relying on our technology. But the Stuff a Truck food raiser is happening at Rogers Foodland. Stop that. Donations are going to be used to restock SMCA's Community Food Pantry and Food Warehouse, providing meals for those in need. It's an important event, and it helps benefit those who are operating at the edges of our safety nets of our communities. And basically everything that is raised for the Southwest Michigan Community Action Agency here in Berrien, Van Buren, and Cass counties stays in those tri-county area, stays in that tri-county area as well. We want to thank our sponsors briefly for making this possible: Rogers Foodland, Belkey HVAC, the Swab Agency, United Way of Southwest Michigan, Honor Credit Union, Wolf Financial, Aiden's Landscape Supply, Lakefront Roofing, La Valley, the Mason Jar Cafe, and you, because you make a big difference with your food item donations, your non-food item donations, and the monetary donations as well. You done?
Yeah, Bitcoin, yeah.
Okay. All right. We were talking on the video live stream about the grape varieties in the world. We've already learned that there are more than 10,000 varieties of grapes in the world, although very few of them are used for commercial purposes. And I was quizzing our guests here today, how many grape varieties account for more than a third of the world's vineyard area for wine? Any guesses?
In 1,000.
I'll give you a hint. It's under 50.
Oh, wow.
It's under 50. 13 varieties. 13 varieties, grape varieties, account for more than a third of the world's vineyard area. And about if you add about 20 more, that covers about half of the world's vineyards. Yeah, so 10,000 varieties, but only 33 are making most of the Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlots, the Chardonnays, all that stuff.
But of the 10,000,
Yes.
I would say roughly 1,300 are used for commercial grape production.
Huh?
So there's 10,000 varieties, and only about 1,300 are actually used for
No,
commercial.
13.
Well, according to June Bowman, only 1,300.
It says 13 grape varieties
Well,
account.
that's fake news. We all know that. It's 1,300 because June knows
That's
her
not-
wine stuff.
Okay, I'm going to take issue with that because I've done my research here. You're just
I'm
looking
staying on that. I don't know anybody
you're looking
else.
online.
Somebody says grapes are nature's stress reliever. Is that pre-fermented or after fermented?
Okay. Regardless of the variety you choose, we're told grapes pack an impressive array of nutrients and bioactive compounds that support overall health. For instance, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, here I'm citing my source, Mike Weibel,
Okay.
shows that just over a half cup of green seedless grapes provides roughly 80 calories, 18 grams of carbohydrates, 1.2 grams of dietary fiber, and notable amounts of key vitamins and minerals including copper, potassium, vitamin K, and vitamin C, plus small amounts of vitamin B and vitamin A.
Wow.
Everything you wanted to know about
Everything you
grapes.
wanted to know in a
Yes.
grape.
All right. We've got to get
Why
to
eat anything else?
We've got to get to a news update. We've got Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Haidt here. We've got Yvonne Veit from Southwest Michigan Community Action Agency. Bob Buchholz is here as well. He's just stopped by to say hi, and he's wearing his Michigan
Go Blue.
Pride. Go Blue. All right. We'll be back in a moment. It's a WSJM Morning Show. All right. We're still on the video live stream. Hi, Bob.
Hey guys, how
Hey,
are you?
morning.
You want to say hi to people on the video live stream? Morning. Bob Buchholz.
Hi to people on video live stream. Morning.
How you doing? What are you up
Good.
to?
Just running errands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun
Yesterday I
stuff.
did leave duty.
Oh man, how many
Yeah.
leaf bags did you get rid of?
I mulch them.
Oh, you
all
mulch
over
them.
the hill. I live out in the country.
Do you have a leaf blower? No.
Yes.
Gas
I
powered?
know how much you love them.
They didn't burn them, right?
You know, I tell you, I know we can't burn them in the city proper here, and
That's why I live in the country.
Right.
in the country.
I wish they couldn't in the country too. 'Cause, ooh,
It's a bit bad.
But I tell you, we were down in Indiana. I took my 14-year-old, almost 15-year-old son Samuel down for a tennis tournament tennis match in Elkhart, and it was just like a war zone there. It was like there was a din of fog throughout the whole area. Everyone's burning leaves.
Yes.
So I guess I'm okay. Here, sorry, we'll be right back. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Sorry, I was just lamenting leaf duty again. Bob Buchholz has stopped by the Rogers Foodland to say hi. Hi, Bob. It's good to see you.
Hi.
All right.
And anytime you say leaf or leaf blower, it's a trigger for Ken.
It is a
And he
trigger.
goes on a rant.
It is a trigger for me.
Right.
I wasn't going to go there, but I can if you want. Some of the news stories that we have coming up just after 8 o'clock this morning. Despite plans for something sooner, the Palisades nuclear power plant might not restart this year. I know they've been trying to get that restarted. They said for Q4 2025. And we kept asking them questions because with the Federal Nuclear Regulatory Energy Commission, they were part of the government shutdown as well. Not the critical things, but for some things that might have been able to wait, maybe there was a delay there. We'll find out more. That's coming up just after 8 o'clock this morning here during our newscast. Also, a federal lawsuit has now been filed seeking to halt the restart of the Palisades nuclear power plant. We'll tell you a little bit more about that. Good news. Sheriff, feel free to weigh in on this one. An Eau Claire woman reported missing last week has been found safe. The Berrien County Sheriff's Department, Chuck Heitz right here by the way, had asked the public to locate 18-year-old Kennedy Kraft. Officials now say she was found in Benton Harbor and is in good health. The department thanked the community for its assistance.
Yes. So we thank everyone we've got it out on social media, and obviously thank you to the news organizations. We did a press release. So as of yesterday, she was located safe, which is great news. Yes. So that's the whole thing that we're looking for is a welfare check, and she's safe.
Missing people are keeping you busy. There was a 70-year-old with dementia out of Kalamazoo County who was found in Berrien County as well.
Yeah, so I'm not as familiar with that yet.
Yeah, so I mean, busy weekend for that kind of thing. So thank you for doing what you do on that. So we'll have those stories and more. It's all coming up just after 8 o'clock right here on the WSJM Morning Show. We'll come right back and do our Moody on the Market update. We've got to get a couple more messages in and our sports report from ABC. All right, still on the video live stream. Yeah, so that one came out of Kalamazoo County, and she was 71-year-old, I think, diagnosed with dementia and had gone missing and was driving. And as someone with a mom who has dementia, who went through that exact stage of life, it's scary for her, for the family, for everybody else involved.
It was like a good ending to this.
Yeah, very good ending to that. Anything else that we need to cover this morning, Sheriff?
No, we talked briefly before about in October we did do a domestic violence kind of roundup. In October is domestic violence.
That's right. Let's talk about that.
So one of our deputies that had worked out of state before brought up the idea that they've done that. A lot of people were pink different things, but we wanted to do something tangible, and we looked at we did make 5 felony arrests and 5 misdemeanor, and with that success, we'll continue it throughout the year too. But just wanted to always draw attention to domestic violence awareness.
Can you describe that operation? What happened? Were these outstanding warrants?
Yeah, so a lot of times the charges may have been sought and there was a warrant issued. They've not been arrested on that yet, so they have an outstanding warrant. So we went through, looked at some, did a lot of kind of background research before where they may be in different ones. So, and like I said, they did over 50 attempts, and we did make 10 arrests, 5 felony and 5 misdemeanor. So we'll continue that at different points throughout the year, but just an opportunity for us to try and make a difference with that domestic violence awareness.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anyone ever has any questions or issues, or if they need help with a situation like that, call your local law enforcement.
Absolutely.
Call the Berrien County Sheriff's Office and get it taken care of.
Yep.
Okay. How's the budget?
So this Thursday, the county is scheduled to adopt the budget. So
okay.
Obviously,
feeling good.
I think so. We've all tried to make some cuts to try and bring in a balanced budget, which obviously everybody wants. So, but we'll see this Thursday the budget will be approved. We're scheduled to by the board of commissioners.
That's a good reminder because we'll have Berrien County Commissioner Bob Harrison in tomorrow in the hot seat, and we're going to give him a hard time. We'll quiz him about every dot and tittle in the budget.
Yeah, just don't be kind of the sheriff's office.
Well, I mean, I think there have been questions around some of the court system on the judicial side because and that seems to be an ongoing tug of war between we need more resources. Well, we don't have them, and so I mean it's tough for counties. They're in the Berrien County situation. Okay, all right. We'll come back and do our Moody on the Market update, and then we'll let the sheriff get back to his usual things. What are you going to do the rest of the day?
Staff meeting, a bunch of other things to do. So
Administrative stuff.
administrative things.
How long have you been in the sheriff's office now? 2.5 years?
Going on 2. So I was
Going on
appointed
2.
in 24 and elected, so it's the first year of the 4-year
Okay.
term. So
Going on 2 years. How's it been?
Going on 2 years. Good. We got great staff. It's all about the people that do a great job working for us and work hard. So it makes my job easy.
Excellent. Okay. All right. We will come back in just a moment. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I want to remind you that we're at Rogers Foodland for the Stuff-A-Truck. It's the Stuff-A-Truck food raiser for Southwest Michigan Community Action Agency. Donations will be used to restock the SMCA's community food pantry and the food warehouse, providing meals for those in need. And Mike, I'm going to ask you to detail specifically the personal hygiene products that are needed that are not covered by SNAP benefits.
Well, personal hygiene items are things like shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, deodorant, toothbrushes, mouthwash, laundry detergent, anything that you think about that helps you get ready for the morning or ready for
Thank you.
getting your kids ready for school.
Appreciate
All
it.
those things are not supplied by SNAP, and so any of those things that you can purchase would be great. And if you're like, well, I don't really know what to do, they have Rogers is pre-bagged $15 bags full of personal hygiene items. So you can just come by, grab a couple bags, pay for them, and drop them off. It'll be greatly appreciated to us, and then also for those people that are needing it.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, when Mike was going through that list, we had somebody come up and generously give. They opened up their wallet and started giving cash out to Yvonne. That's fantastic. Do you need the lockbox? Do you have the
No,
lockbox?
I've got it.
You've got the lockbox. Okay. Very good. So and so it's that easy. He came up, said hi, was able to donate and move forward. And so we'll talk to Yvonne next hour about how those cash donations are very important for protein items, meat and the like, because those kinds of things they go bad quickly. It's not like something that's going to be shelf stable that they can have for a long time. They need to go and buy strategically when they have the great need for it as well. So again, Rogers Foodland all week long. It's the WSJM Rogers Foodland Stuff-A-Truck. Y Country is here as well. Johnny and Jocelyn will be here after 9 o'clock. We're going to get back to our show here in just a moment. Weather forecast, and then we're good to go.
Yep.
Well, weather forecast right now looks like it's raining.
Yeah? Gross out there?
I'm going to do like a live helicopter. Out here in Copter 1 over Rogers.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, like
I will. We will do that.
What was it? Remember that WKRP in Cincinnati? the
Oh,
old
yeah.
show?
Yep.
Where Les Nessman was out there.
7:54. It's the WSJM morning show for November 18th. And we are here at Rogers Foodland in St. Joseph off Hollywood Road. It's 37 degrees outside in St. Joe, Benton Harbor, 36 in South Haven, Dowagiac. We've got a live traffic report from none other than Mike Weibel, who's out there.
Yeah, we're calling in here from WSGM Copter 1, and we are kind of circling over the top of Rogers Foodland. Whew, boy, there's a lot of traffic as people are coming in to donate food. Don't get out of line if you're in that line. You're going to want to drop that stuff off, and the weather's good. Looking for a smooth ride to work today.
All right.
And what?
That's enough.
Okay, our helicopter ran out of gas. We're done.
By the way, he's not really in a helicopter. just to let you know. We've had this hour the fortune of having a special guest here. Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Hyde has been joining us. Sheriff Hyde, thank you very much. We were talking on video live stream. So year and a half, 2 years, going on 2 years
End of this year,
in the formal role.
2 years.
How many years has it been since you started in law enforcement?
So I started in 1993, and then I served 21 years as under Sheriff Bailey. So got the appointment in the election for a 4-year term. So looking to continue to serve.
Excellent. Well, we thank you for your service. How's Sheriff Bailey doing?
He's doing good. Saw him last night. We were at a Niles Township meeting. They honored with the new building. They honored the start of the Niles Township Police Department. They had a plaque that would open the building, so it's nice to
Very nice.
see a bunch of the retirees from there. But Sheriff Bailey was there as well. So
Outstanding.
and I still call him Sheriff.
Yeah, you know, and tell Sheriff Bailey that we say hi, and we
We'll do that.
appreciate what he's been up to as well, because we know he's keeping busy, and it's not just with the horses either, although he loves horses.
One of the things I asked when we were on the video live stream, I asked the chat group, is there anything that they would like to say to you if you were being there?
Well, that's
Yeah,
pretty
it-
dangerous.
Yeah, it is. But overwhelmingly, it was thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So,
Stay on the microphone, Mike.
oh, thank you for your service.
Okay. All right. No, that's great. All right. Well, we thank Sheriff Hyde for coming in and making time today and sharing with us all of the updates.
Thanks for having it. Just another reminder for the car seat check today from 2 to 6 at the Niles City Fire Department. You can stop by there and either have yours checked or car seats available.
Okay. All right. We thank you for that information. We're going to take a couple of important messages here and come right back. We're going to end the video live stream as well. But thanks for joining us on the WSJM Morning Show. We've got another hour from Rogers Foodland for the annual Stuff a Truck. It's right here. Okay. Let me do this. 1 second. Let me clear this.
Thanks for the next hour.
End stream.